5 sexy ways to kiss a man and turn him on. Create emotional anticipation. It's not just about the kiss. It's about the build-up, slow, teasing moments before the kiss. Eye contact, brushing lips, soft laughter. Fire up a man's imagination and emotional investment. Master the power of the tease. A great kiss starts with control. Use soft, lingering kisses first. Then pull back and smile. Let him lean in next. This balance of give and take is deeply attractive and magnetic. Let your passion show through your body. A sexy kiss includes your entire body, your hands in his hair, your body leaning into his, your breath matching his. Men respond strongly to embodied passion. Switch up the rhythm and pressure. A truly seductive kiss isn't one note. Switch from soft to intense, fast to slow. Explore different parts of his lips. This unpredictability keeps him present and wanting more. Whisper something sexy or affirming. Mid-kiss men are moved, not just by touch, but by words. Whisper something that makes him feel desired. I love how you taste, or you drive me crazy. Words ignite the mind and deepen the connection. Would you like me to now turn these into a full speech with an intro, transitions, and a confident closing? Creating emotional anticipation is the secret sauce that turns an ordinary kiss into an unforgettable moment that lingers in a man's mind and body long after it's over. When you understand how to ignite his emotions before your lips ever meet, you don't just kiss him, you captivate him. You stir something deeper, something that makes him crave not just your body, but your energy, your presence, your essence. Emotional anticipation is what separates a kiss that's just hot from a kiss that's deeply magnetic, intimate, and yes, irresistibly sexy. It begins long before you even think about leaning in, the way you look at him, the way your body orbits his without fully touching. These subtle signals tell his subconscious mind something's about to happen, and it's going to be amazing. Eye contact is powerful here, but it's not just any eye contact. It's that lingering gaze that holds for a second too long, that slightly mischievous smile that says you're thinking something he'd love to know. When you let your eyes do the talking, you invite him into a shared bubble of intimacy that makes everything else in the room fade away. In that space, his imagination starts to light up. And that is sexy. Touch can be a gateway too, but again, it's about the buildup. A light touch on his chest while you're laughing. Fingers that brush against his arm while you're telling a story. Let those touches be casual, almost accidental, but intentional enough to register. You're planting sparks, each one adding heat to the connection. And the key is don't rush. When you hold back just a little, you give him the thrill of pursuit. Let him wonder, is she going to kiss me now? That delicious uncertainty is what builds tension, and tension is the root of anticipation. Your energy also speaks volumes. When you're confident in your own feminine power, you don't have to do much to get his attention. You simply are, and that being becomes the flame he's drawn to. Your energy, your grounded presence, your comfort in your own skin, it all wraps around him like an invisible embrace. When you lean into that, when you fully own your desire without rushing to act on it, he can feel that and it drives him wild. The magic in anticipation is that it wakes up all his senses. He's listening to the tone of your voice. He's watching your lips as you speak. He's noticing your scent, the way you tilt your head, the playful pause before you respond to something he says. You're creating a sensory experience, one that slowly builds and draws him in. And then when the kiss finally happens, it feels electric. Why? Because the emotional groundwork was already laid. It's not just the kiss that turns him on, it's everything that led up to it. So often we think that being sexy means being obvious. But the truth is, Being subtly intentional is far more powerful. When you show him that you know how to lead the dance of anticipation, you become unforgettable. You become the woman who doesn't just kiss him, but who captures his full attention, his body, his emotions, his desire, his imagination. And once you've done that, he'll be the one leaning in, trying to get closer, wanting more, not just of your kiss, but of your presence. Mastering the power of the tease is about playing with tension in a way that feels exciting, confident, and deeply connected. It's not manipulation, it's art. It's the ability to guide energy between you and a man so that every look, every pause, every kiss becomes a doorway into deeper desire. When done right, teasing doesn't leave him frustrated, it leaves him utterly captivated. Because the tease isn't just about holding something back, it's about knowing your own value, your own sensual rhythm, and allowing him to experience you one layer at a time. That kind of gradual reveal is incredibly magnetic. A tease begins in your attitude. When you're playful, light, and just a little unpredictable, it stirs his curiosity. He's not sure what's coming next, and that mystery heightens everything. Think about the last time you were drawn to someone, not because they were overly forward, but because they gave you just enough to want more. That's the vibe you're creating. It's in the smile that says, I know something you don't. The subtle pause before you respond. The way you walk away just as things heat up, only to turn and look over your shoulder. These moments create a chase. Not a game, but a dance. And when you lead it with self-assurance, it becomes intoxicating. Physically, teasing with a kiss starts well before your lips meet. Maybe your face is just inches from his, your breath mingling with his, your eyes locked. He can feel the heat rising, and then nothing. You pull back just slightly, maybe smile, maybe brush your lips near his cheek or jaw without quite landing the kiss. That restraint, that delicious pause, ignites him more than full-on intensity ever could. Because now he's not just responding to touch. He's responding to the anticipation of touch. That difference is huge. He's leaning in because you're giving him a taste, and taste always leaves room for craving. Your voice is part of the tease too. Lower it just slightly, let your words slow down, let silence hang for a beat too long. When you speak with softness, confidence, and a hint of seduction, it wraps around him like silk. Maybe you whisper something close to his ear, not necessarily overtly sexual, but personal, intimate, something that pulls him in. It might be as simple as, I love how you look at me like that, or you smell incredible tonight. These little phrases, delivered softly and unexpectedly, are powerful. They bring his attention fully into the moment and into you. One of the most powerful forms of teasing is letting him feel like he's in control, when really, you're guiding the entire experience. You lean in, let your lips just graze his, then back off slightly, watch his reaction. Then give a small, soft kiss. Pull away, come back, let the rhythm build, and then pause. He'll find himself completely immersed, not because you overwhelmed him, but because you let him feel every moment fully. The key is to stay connected the entire time. Your eyes, your energy, your subtle smiles, all of it keeps him grounded in the experience. What makes this kind of teasing work is your comfort in holding space for intensity without rushing to release it. You're not afraid of desire building, you want it to build. You know that waiting doesn't lessen the passion, it multiplies it. And you trust yourself enough to be the one who sets the pace. That kind of confidence is deeply sexy to a man. It tells him, you're not chasing anything. You're inviting him into something. He'll feel the difference. And once he's there, once he's in that space with you, that kiss becomes more than just a kiss. It becomes a memory, a moment that marks him. Because the tease didn't just turn him on, it drew him in. Letting your passion show through your body is one of the most powerful ways to connect with a man on a deeper, more primal level. When you express yourself physically with full presence and unapologetic energy, you create an experience that bypasses words and speaks straight to his senses. A kiss isn't just about lips touching. It's about how your entire body moves, responds, and aligns with the moment. That's where the real fire is. Because when a woman allows her body to speak the language of desire, the man doesn't just feel aroused, he feels chosen, seen, wanted in a way that hits something deep inside. It starts with how you carry yourself. Before the kiss even happens, your body is already speaking volumes. The way you walk into a room, the way your shoulders relax, the way your hips move. These small natural movements reveal how at ease you are in your skin. And confidence in your body isn't about looking a certain way, it's about feeling everything fully. When you're grounded in your body, connected to your own sensations, your energy becomes magnetic. A man picks up on that. He doesn't need to be told you're passionate. He feels it in the way you lean in closer, the way your breath catches slightly when he touches you, the way you respond to the moment without hesitation. Then there's the kiss itself. If you want to turn him on, don't just kiss him with your mouth. Kiss him with your whole body. Let your hands explore slowly. Glide your fingers into his hair. Trace the back of his neck. Gently hold his jaw or press your palm to his chest so he can feel the rhythm of your heartbeat. These gestures pull him in and wrap him in your energy. Every touch becomes an extension of your desire. And men crave that authentic, embodied desire. What makes it unforgettable is the intention behind it. When your touch isn't just about performing, but about expressing how deeply you're enjoying the connection, it becomes powerful. It says, I'm not just here to please you, I'm here because I want this. That kind of embodied passion invites him to open up more fully too. He gets permission to let go, to be present, to feel safe expressing his own desire. And that shared freedom, that mutual surrender to the moment is what makes a kiss not just hot, but deeply electric. Switching up the rhythm and pressure when you kiss a man is one of the most subtle yet powerful ways to completely captivate his attention and awaken his senses. So many people get stuck in a pattern, a one-speed, one-style kiss that quickly becomes predictable. But passion thrives in the unexpected. When you vary your rhythm and play with different levels of pressure, you keep him on edge in the best way. You turn the kiss into a dynamic, full-body experience that keeps evolving moment by moment, making him feel like he never knows what's coming next, only that he wants more of it. Think about it like music. A song that's all one beat becomes background noise. But a song that rises and falls, that pauses, then swells, keeps you listening. Kissing works the same way. When you start slow, barely brushing your lips against his, and then suddenly pull him in with a firmer kiss, it sends a jolt through his system. It signals that there's more happening here than just physical contact. There's energy, intention, a kind of silent communication that says, I'm fully here with you. Men respond intensely to variety in physical intimacy. Their bodies are wired for stimulation that changes and surprises. So when you take control of the kiss and begin switching things up, starting soft and delicate, then going deeper, maybe biting his lower lip gently, then backing off again, you create a rhythm that's almost hypnotic. It pulls him out of his head and into the moment with you. You're not just kissing him. You're keeping him present, keeping him engaged with every shift and every pause. And those pauses matter. Don't be afraid to stop for a moment and just look at him. Let the silence speak. Let your breath maybe kiss the corner of his mouth or trace his lips with your tongue without fully committing to the kiss again. These moments of suspense light up his imagination. They create a sense of longing, a gap between the last kiss and the next one that his body is eager to fill. You become unpredictable in the most sensual way, and that unpredictability keeps the energy sizzling. Pressure is another tool you can play with. Sometimes a soft, barely there kiss is the most powerful thing you can offer. It makes him lean in, wanting more. It forces him to be still, to feel every millimeter of contact. Other times, a passionate, full pressure kiss, where your hands are gripping his neck, your mouth pressing firmly into his, sends a clear message of desire and intensity. That contrast is what drives him wild. Because just when he thinks he's figured out where the moment is going, you shift again. And now he's chasing you. He's trying to catch up with the experience you're creating. Using your whole body can deepen this even further. Maybe you start with your lips and hands soft, your body relaxed, and then as the kiss intensifies, your grip tightens, your hips press in closer. Your breath grows heavier. Then just as quickly you pull back again, soften everything, and let the energy drop for a second. That back and forth flow mimics the natural rhythm of intimacy, rising, falling, drawing in, pulling back. It mimics nature, seduction, connection. And it keeps him in that delicious space of anticipation. The real secret is being fully tuned into the moment. Not rushing, not overthinking, but feeling. Let your own instincts guide the pace. Let your emotions, your excitement, your desire move you. When you're in sync with how the moment feels, and you're brave enough to follow that feeling, speeding up when it builds, slowing down when it needs tension, you become electric. He won't remember how long you kissed him. He'll remember how it made him feel. Excited, wanted, consumed, and completely connected. That's what makes switching rhythm and pressure not just a technique, but a seductive language of its own. Whispering something sexy or affirming mid-kiss adds an entirely new layer of intimacy that many people overlook. It takes a moment that's already sensual and turns it into something unforgettable. Because when you whisper during a kiss, something soft, intentional, and emotionally charged, you engage not just his body, but his mind and heart too. You're letting him in, sharing a secret, drawing him deeper into the moment with words that cut through the noise and go straight to the part of him that craves connection. It's not about being explicit or rehearsed. It's about being real, being present, and letting your desire, your appreciation, or your emotion rise to the surface in just a few words. A whisper carries weight. It's quiet but powerful. It forces the other person to listen closely, to lean in, to focus on the smallest sound. That closeness creates intimacy. When you break the silence of a kiss with a softly spoken, "You make me crazy," or "God, I love how you taste," it sends a ripple through him. He hears your desire, your truth, and it adds fuel to the fire. It's no longer just a kiss. It's now wrapped in meaning and intention, in a flash of emotional and physical honesty. And men respond to that. They want to feel wanted, not just physically, but emotionally. They want to know they're doing something right, that their presence is affecting you in all the right ways. A whisper gives that confirmation, and it does it in a way that feels deeply personal. Even affirmations can be sexy. It doesn't always have to be flirtatious or teasing. Sometimes what turns a man on the most is hearing how much you're into him, not just the act. A whispered, "I love being close to you," or "You make me feel so safe," said at the right moment can hit harder than the most passionate kiss, because it tells him he's not just exciting you, he's touching something deeper in you, and that's incredibly attractive. When you combine physical intimacy with emotional vulnerability, it makes the entire experience richer and more magnetic. Timing matters. The best whispers happen right after a moment of intensity, when your lips are close, your breath is heavy, and there's a pause in the kiss. That's when your words land the hardest. Don't rush to speak. Let the silence build. Let your breath mix with his, and then let the words slip out naturally, almost like a secret you couldn't hold back. That spontaneity makes it real. It's not scripted or forced. It's you. Letting your feelings or desires rise to the surface in a way that's raw and honest. Tone is everything. A soft, breathy tone is more powerful than anything loud or obvious. When you whisper, you're creating a kind of private world between you two, one that no one else is part of. It's like a shared language, one made of touches and breaths and words that only the two of you understand. That's the kind of experience that lingers in his memory. Long after the kiss is over, he'll remember how your voice sounded in his ear, how your breath tickled his skin, how your words made him feel. And the beauty of this approach is that it doesn't have to be long or complicated. A few words are all it takes. Even a quiet or his name whispered with just the right inflection can be wildly effective. It lets him know you're in the moment, that you're feeling it fully. It draws him in emotionally, not just physically. And once you've connected to him on that level, he's hooked, not just on your kiss, but on you. Because now it's not just about chemistry, it's about connection. And that kind of kiss, that's the one he'll replay in his head again and again.